Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in this lost items series from Johanna Basford's Realms of Wonder, and we have this iron to do today. It's quite an interesting item, isn't it? I'm wondering whether old-fashioned irons, which obviously it is, actually had a floral pattern on them. I can't imagine that they did. Rather utilitarian, I guess, and not pretty. I am going to use the warm grey. I'm just trying to find it. There it is, number 85 for the main sort of iron, because I don't really want to use black. It's a little bit, I don't know the word I'm looking for. We will use some black on here, but I think not on this bit. Yeah, ironing has come a long way, hasn't it? From these, which you would of course put on top of the Arga or on top of your hob or stove or whatever. I think in my mother's house when she was growing up, their boiler, their hot water boiler, I'm just doing an even layer, used to be a sealed metallic container. They had a fire at the bottom and a pipe going up where the heat would go up and warm the water above. And around where the fire was, there on the top of that part, there was quite a lot of space, so they could probably warm it up on there. They used to put the clothes horse around it because it got so warm. Okay, it's quite a brownish grey, isn't it, this one? What I want to do is add in a little bit of darker colour here on the edges. I think it would be darker. I'm trying really hard not to colour on top of the design. It's really tricky. If you do, you could try and erase with the Tombow Mono, but what I'm going to do is actually colour this design with quite a dark colour. So if you've gone over by mistake, then hopefully the dark colour we use on top will mask it. That was my thinking, because obviously I'm not the most accurate either. So I'm just trying to darken a few bits. I think that rim might do. I'm going to grab my black now. Sorry, I was talking to myself then. And I'm going to do this very bottom part firstly in the dark black. I don't think it would really be a different colour from the main bit, but it just makes it a little bit more interesting. And I'm thinking these little wibbly bits and these bits where we've got the handle. And of course, once, I don't know if this happened all over the world, but once we had electric lights, when people did the ironing, they would plug it into the light bulb somehow. My mum said one of her relatives used to do that. And yeah, I'm not sure how that would even work, but I guess it was all very different back then to how it is now. Of course, now we just plug it into the wall, into the socket, but it obviously didn't have sockets. I'm not sure what that little tiny bit there is, because there isn't one on this side, so I think I'm going to leave it and make that wood. You'd have a little wooden handle so you wouldn't burn your hands, of course. A lot of them would have, you'd hold it with a rag because it would be so hot. I'm thinking I'll do the flowers first. I might match the handle in to that. I want our very darkest green, I'm thinking. What's the darkest? It's the sea green, the 38. Yeah, I think that'll work. I'm just going to sharpen it because it's such a fine detail we're trying to colour. There we go. So this is quite a bluey green. So we've gone all squiff, haven't we? So 38, so really carefully and quite a lot of layers so it shows up. Yeah, that's good. Happy with that. Now these flowers have got centres, and yeah, I'm thinking, do I try and do something? Yeah, let's try. It may not show up. I'm going to grab 61, which is our dark mauve, and I'm going to try and do the centres in this colour. Now I'm doing it, but whether it's going to show, I'm not sure. Now I had said I was going to do them quite dark, but I haven't gone over these, so I'm quite tempted to do them quite light. I'm going to say to you, if you've coloured over the flowers quite a bit, and you don't want to erase and you want a dark colour, just use that mauve for the whole thing. Don't worry about making the centre a different colour. I am going to do my flowers in number 20. I think that will work. And it's, even though it's pale, it's quite fluorescent. So it's bright. And I'm going to do the handle to match this colour, I think. I want it to look pretty. You know, if you've got to be using this iron, at least have fun with some prettiness. Now, this would normally be of an age, and of course then it would be worn out, but I think that's going to be a bit too complex for me to try and do. So what I am going to do is just make the colour a bit darker at the bottom, as if there's a bit more shadow under here. And then lighter as we go up, like that. Yeah. I'm having fun, I just want to keep colouring it. If I layer it anymore, you won't see the colour. Now we've got our label to colour. Now I think I'm going to use the 61 that we used for the flower centres. We barely used it, so I think it will be quite fun to use it for the label. I don't think we've done a... Oh, we have. I seem to be repeating label colours already, even though... Well, I suppose we've done... This is our 20th picture. There. I'm just trying to decide, and I think I'm going to do this. Number 9, the black. I'm going to do a little bit of shadowing along here, because I'm thinking that this bit is like the rim, and so if we put a bit of shadow on the inside, it would just help it to look a little bit more three-dimensional, like this bit is standing up a bit. We can do a bit at the back as well, and we can do a little bit of shadow under these bits. I mean, obviously there'd be a shadow there from that if the light was above, but I think it's better to just leave it like that. I think if I try and do anything more, I might spoil it. The only other thing is, you know, I tried to do it a little darker here and here. I don't think that's showing up very much either. So I'm just going to add that in, being very careful. Just gently layering a little bit on. I don't want it to look black, and I don't want to colour over my flowers. But just a small amount. I don't know if that's made much of a difference, but anyway, there we go. So there is the last one in that row. We've only got one more row and we have finished this page. So it feels like we've only just started, but then I have been doing 5 a day, not 1. I've been cheating. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you have a fantastic day. Please subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate it if you do that. Yeah, happy colouring.